Is this an e-bike, an electric dirt bike, a motorcycle, maybe something in between? Big shout out goes out to Zonveer for reaching out to me and asking me to review one of their electric bikes. This is the ZX3 model. In this review, I'm gonna go over everything there's to know about this bike. But first, let's get started with the specs. So this is the Zonveer ZX3 electric dirt bike. It features a 2000 watt, 2800 watt peak hub motor in the rear with 110 newton meters of torque, coupled with a 48 volts, 25 amp hour removable battery. Zonveer claims that this should give you a range of up to 65 miles using pedal assist and depending on riding conditions, of course. We have 70 by 119 inch off-road tires front and rear, coupled with hydraulic brakes with a 203 millimeter rotor that's fairly thick. This bike also has an hydraulic front fork with compression adjustment, as well as a fully adjustable rear monoshock, a single gear chain drive with pedals, and a Surron style seat that's 33 inches from the ground. In the front of the bike, we have a motorcycle style headlight with low beam, high beam, as well as turn signals. And in the rear, we have a tail light, an active brake light, and turn signals. That is always good. The total weight of this bike is 130 pounds with the max load capacity of 265 pounds, and it is IPX6 rated. And up on the handlebars, we have our rear brake, a full twist throttle, and the horn. In the center, we have a pretty nice looking display. And over on the left side, we have our front brake, our on, off, and mode selection buttons, the headlight controls, and turn signals. And that's pretty much it for the specs. Now, as far as the price, this current model goes for $1,799 or just about $1,800. But I will have a discount code for you guys that will be in the description down below, along with a link, as well as in a pinned comment if you're interested in this bike. Now, I can't wait to test the top speed on this bike, so let's jump straight into that. Now, very quickly, before I do the speed test, I do want to show you the starting procedure. This battery does have an on-off switch. It's underneath this cover. Turn that on. This is where you can also find the lock to remove the battery, as well as the charge port. And once you're on the bike, we have a power button over here. You hold that for a few seconds, and the bike is either going to ask for a password, or alternatively, you can use the NFC cards that comes with it right on the right side of the screen, and that will unlock the bike. The bike does come with 2 of these NFC cards. Now, this bike does have 3 speed modes, and I apologize, you might not be able to see the screen. It is extremely bright out right now, but we have 1, 2, and 3 for our speed test. I'm going to be testing mode 3. So I got my GPS app open on my phone. Let's see how fast this thing can go. Okay, so it's got very nice torque and response right off the line. Goes right away, no delay, and a decent amount of torque for a 48 volt system. Now, this bike is supposed to hit about 37 miles an hour, but I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty sure that's done with no load. If I can get anywhere over 30, I'd consider it a successful speed test. Bike is showing 35 miles an hour, 35 and a half. I'm just gonna keep on going till the end of this street. Oh, it feels like we're gaining right now. Okay, yeah, hit 37 on the screen for a second. Man, I wish I had a little bit more room, but let's check our results. All right, great. So my GPS app clocked us at 35 and a half miles per hour. That is pretty decent. 35 and a half miles an hour with my weight on it, about 150 pounds. Now, I did gain some speed towards the end, so I feel like if I had a little bit more room, I might be able to hit like 36 or whatever. But regardless, that is extremely close to what the advertised top speed of this bike is, and that's very nice to see. And like I said, if I can get anywhere over 30, I'd consider it a successful speed test. So 35 and a half, I'm very happy with that. And that was our very successful speed test. As far as the riding experience, I'm gonna try to describe the feeling that I'm getting. Like, I've reviewed a few of these like this style of frame of an e-bike, where it's somewhere like in between a stealth bomber, a Surron, a mountain bike, an e-bike, like a motorcycle all put together. And that is like exactly the vibe that I'm getting and feeling on this bike. It feels like literally like a stealth bomber and a Surron like had like a love child, and this is the result. That's the vibe I'm getting. The bike itself, I mean, it feels pretty agile, pretty zippy as well with this hub motor. That's actually a really good tune. We'll talk about that in a second. As far as stability goes, let's see, sometimes it's kind of weird with my Insta 360. Oh yeah, that was beautiful. Suspension felt good too. We're going to talk about that as well. Now, as far as the brakes, we have hydraulic brakes, 4-piston, 203mm rotor. That is fairly thick, so that's kind of nice to see. I'm working my way up to about 20 miles an hour. Hitting the brake in 3, 2, go. Oh wow, locked up right away. So we're looking at an estimated stopping distance of about a car's length, give or take. So let's just call it about 15, let's just say 18 feet or so, something like that, from about 20 miles an hour. Now, this bike is fairly heavy, so that's actually pretty decent. And one thing to keep in mind is these brakes are brand new, and they will perform better with time as they bed in. But overall, a very, very fun riding experience. So this is our suspension over here. Front fork is actually feeling very nice, hydraulic with some adjustment, compression adjustment. As far as the rear, I can definitely feel that shock is there. It's a little bit bouncy, like 10% too bouncy for me, but let's see how it does over a bump while I'm sitting down. Okay, actually it's okay, decent, a little bit bouncy in the rear, but manageable. Let's try another one while standing up over here. That felt a whole lot smoother, way better. Now let's see if this thing likes a little curb hop over here. Oh my god, that was smooth. Now, I did not adjust anything on this suspension, like front and rear. This is literally out of the box, so you could, you know, tweak it a little bit, make it even more personalized for you, and probably make it even a little bit better. But so far, I'm highly impressed. Very good suspension. So I'm 5'8", 150 pounds. This is what I look like on this bike. The sitting position is extremely comfortable. I'm not like hunched over crazy or anything like that. The handlebars do have like a minimal rise to them, maybe 2, maybe 3 inches, not more than that, but feels pretty good, pretty natural. As far as pedaling goes, let's see how that feels right now. Okay, so yeah, that pedal assist kicks in right away. We're gonna test that, but very nice, very natural. I got plenty of room to pedal. And let's check out this seat real quick. I just want to show you that. So this is our seat over here, Surron style, Talaria style seat. As far as comfort level though, it is much more comfortable than a Surron seat. I'll call this like medium to soft. Extremely comfortable, and definitely adds to the whole Surron vibe I was talking about. Actually, the fenders as well kind of look like Talaria fenders. They're very aggressive, especially that front one. That rear one is extended. I don't know, overall I really like the way this thing looks, and the size and fit, for me at least, is excellent. As I mentioned in the speed test, we do have 3 speed modes, so you can use one and kind of conserve battery and still have actually decent amount of speed, or 3 and kind of go all out. I just want to show you the throttle curve real quick. I'm gonna try to lose most of my speed and barely twist the throttle, and it's registering my input, and I can make this thing crawl. And what I'm trying to pretty much show you here is that the throttle is not 0 to 100, so you can be very easy with it. And then when you need that power, full twist on this thing, and it goes, picking up speed fairly quick, I must say. Now, it's not the fastest in the world, but you know, what was it, 35 and a half? That's a lot. It feels like you're flying on this thing. Another thing I want to point out is we do get a full twist throttle on this bike, which is much appreciated. As far as the quality of the throttle, I'll call it medium quality. It's not the best full twist throttle I've ever encountered, but it's not the worst. It's literally right in between, and the curve on it feels pretty good. This bike is very responsive. Now let's check our pedal assist. So I'm starting with my left foot forward. One, oh, actually not even one, half a revolution. This thing is off to the races and picking up speed fairly quick, and that's how this pedal assist works. It's pretty responsive, and overall a very nice tune on this bike. And now for my favorite part of the review, the off-road test. I'm gonna be testing the torque on this hub motor. We're gonna be testing the suspension, which is making a little bit of noise, but so far it's handling it. And the tires should be decent enough. They're kind of like what a stock Surron gets. They're 70 by 119 is what they are. But here we go. We got a little mini downhill section right into a pretty steep incline. Okay, able to handle it. We did lose a little bit of our speed, but that's kind of understandable. There we go. We're picking up that speed again, and it's actually doing pretty decent out here. Oh man. All right, over here we got some loose beach style sand. See how did these tires handle this? Now I do have a little bit too much air in my tires, I will admit that, but okay, handled it pretty well. Alright, now we got a little bit of like a continuous type of climb. See how it handles up here. Now I will say that there is one thing that I personally don't fully like, but it should be a pretty easy thing for Zonveer to address and fix, and I'm talking about the brake orientation, where we got our rear brake to the right, on the right. Oh, come on, make it, pretty steep hill, make it, there you go, come on, keep on going. Oh yeah, all right, perfect. And we have our front brake on the left, but I'll be honest, on a bike like this I would much rather have it the other way around. So the rear should be on the left and the front on the right, but so far that's kind of like the only thing that I found that I don't really like. All right, and now we've arrived at our infamous hill climb. Pretty steep, pretty demanding, and the reason I didn't do a street hill climb test is because this is much steeper and more demanding. If the bike does this, it's gonna handle most regular hill climbs you'll throw at it, but let's give it a shot. I'm really hoping I won't get my Insta360 camera caught up in all of these bushes, because it's fairly narrow over here. But all right, so far we're climbing up, no problem. Okay, come on baby, come on. Slowing down a bit, but climbing, and that's the important part. And oh my god, I'm actually, wow, I'm surprised and not surprised. I kind of knew it should be able to do it, but I had a feeling it's gonna struggle a bit, given that it's a 48 volt system. But man, this thing is proven to be a little monster. All right, let's test our brakes downhill under constant pressure. Those rotors are fairly large, should be able to handle this with no problem. The only problem is, like I told you, my Insta360, I don't want it to get caught up in the bushes. It's kind of narrow, and if I stick to the left, my camera gets caught up in the bushes. If I go to the right, there's like gnarly ruts. But we have made it. Man, dude, this thing is crazy. I can say that I'm highly impressed, and this thing definitely passed my off-road test. So, what do I think about the Zonveer ZX3 electric dirt bike? Let's do things I like, things I don't like, and is this thing good value for money or not? I'll start with things I like, and first and foremost is the way this thing looks. Very aggressive. Like I said, it's like a in between a Surron and a stealth bomber. I've been seeing this frame design a lot. Very sexy. Second thing is the power of that motor. It is a 48 volt system, but it's fairly strong, and the fact that I was able to hit 35.5 miles an hour, that's beautiful. Now, like I said, I did run out of room, so maybe if I had more room, I might be able to hit 36, 36.2, who knows. Very nice for a 48 volt system. I also really like the suspension. Now, obviously, guys, it's not Fox or anything, so don't expect the craziest suspension in the world, but for what it is, it's actually very decent. I like the fact that there's only a single gear on this bike, which I may have not mentioned earlier, so I like that. I don't really like the whole Shimano gear switcher thing. It's a lot of brands throw it on their bikes. I think it's a waste of space and weight, so I like a single gear. I think that's the way to go. And I really like those brakes. 203 millimeter, that's fairly thick. You feel very confident on this thing that you can stop it on a dime. I like that headlight as well. Low beam, high beam, turn signals, tail light, brake light, turn signals in the rear. All of that is really good to have. I really like that. Now let's do things I don't like, and throughout the review I tried thinking about stuff I don't, just so I'm honest with you guys. In this case, it's that one thing that I mentioned earlier, and it's just the orientation of the brakes. Now, not the end of the world. Technically, if you know what you're doing, you could disconnect the lines and flip them around, and you'll have it the way it's supposed to be. But this is also very easy for Zonveer to do in the future, where we have, as of right now, the rear is on the right and the front is on the left. Just switch them around and this bike is pretty much perfect. Now, is this thing good value for money or not? Again, we're talking $17.99, $1,800, but I will have a discount code for you guys. I think that for everything that you're getting here, the overall vibe and look of this bike, it's excellent for those of you who kind of want that Surron stealth bomber vibe, but don't want to spend $4 grand, $5 grand. This is kind of something that's like beautiful, gets you pretty much almost everything you need like a Surron, but for a much lower price bracket. Now, yes, you are on a 48 volt system and not 60, but honestly, for most people, it might be sufficient enough. So I like it. I think it's decent value for money. Now, I'm pretty sure I was able to go over everything there is to know about the Zonveer ZX3 electric bike. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.